Have a good morning to your good self and to my co-panelists, Bibu, and to all your viewers out there. I'm your serious fan.
Thank you.
I have to watch Ghana tonight before I go to bed.
Thank you very
much.
much.
And I love watching it so much.
Appreciate it.
You are doing so well. And
thank you.
I like your research that you do before you come and deliver.
Thank you.
And I give a thumbs up.
Thank you
for
very
what you are
much.
doing on Ghana tonight.
Close to the team, yeah.
This issue of LGBT gene WSYZ is an issue Ghanaians have settled on it long ago. Once a while, people try to bring it up to find out whether indeed the position that we stood as a country has shifted a bit. It has not. It has not shifted at all. When you go into Article 26, 1 and 2, that talks about the promotion of cultures and traditions and all that in 1. The 2 says that those cultures should not be seen to be dehumanizing us. The LGBTQ is a foreign culture being practiced in those countries. So us as Ghanaians and Africans, we have a unique identity. That is why 99.9% of our people are saying that, look, we don't want to go about this. And sometimes I'm happy. I thought you are not going to show the statement made by the president at the Anglican Church in Montpellier. And thankfully you brought it back. It settles the matter.
It settles the matter for you.
It settles the matter. He's an Anglican, a believer of the faith. And by religious practices and cultural practices, we cannot do such things here. As we speak, has Ghana legislated anything on homosexuality? No. It is now that under the private member's motion or bill is being sent to Parliament to make sure there is an act to regulate some of these things in our country. So when he says that the president spoke, the question that was posed to Kamala and the response that the president came in, there's a lawyer here. They've been advocating for human rights and all that. So the human rights angle is what those Westerners and those people who practice these things have been speaking on.
In fact, Kamala Harris said it, that for the United States, this remains a human rights issue, and that's not going to change.
That is them. Kamala Harris, when she came here, didn't she come with her husband? Handsome, thick, tall husband, following her. She even met, what do you call it, this people who don't have access to lawyers. There is a government lawyers, legal aid. We had a program with legal aid where they want to support. She came here with her husband. Why is it that in those Western world, in those Europe and America, they don't entertain polygamy? You don't want your husband to marry more than one, except you. But we as Africans, under the tradition, a man can marry more than one, and it's allowed. But you don't want it. And you want to impose, LPGWSYZ on us as Africans and as Ghanaians. And that is where we try to have the difference amongst us. So clearly, they can do whatever they want to do. But we, so long as we are Ghanaians and Africans, it's not part of us. His Excellency the President, last year, his daughter got married. He gave the daughter's hand in marriage to a man. I have 3 daughters. My first girl will be 27 in April this year. My first son was 37. Just on 26, on Sunday. So you want to tell me that when Nikwate is coming, at this age, the daddy, I found a partner I want to marry, he'll come and present to me a man? Is that the case? Or Nanyoko will come and tell me, Daddy, I've got somebody in my life that I want to marry. She'll come and bring to me a woman? And you call this a human rights issue? Afi, so you want to call this a human rights issue and we should clap as Africans, as Ghanaians, to endorse such a thing? No. So that is why the president is saying, the president is saying that, look, it is before the right forum. And what is the forum? It's parliament. My intervention is when it has been passed. Then I will come in and assent to it. I think the speaker got the president wrong. Not the president coming to jump into the work that they are doing in parliament in the passage of the bill, into an act. That is not what the president was referring to. He was referring his intervention when, after they have done the work, it will come before him and he will assent to it.
And I think that statement was quite clear.
That is exactly so. So,
what
Mr. Speaker,
played.
you took his excellency the president wrong. And do you think the president can sit down and say that he's not going to assent to this? It is going to be the political suicidal that he's not going to sign this. And even the members of parliament, all our members who are there, from both sides, because you have been measured by your constituents. Your inputs that you make and your disapproval against the bill, that is their end. And knowing my colleagues in parliament, so long as this LGBTQ bill is concerned, there is no way none of them will sit down and say that they are not going to pass the law to make sure that it becomes criminal, it becomes illegal in this country. It becomes illegal and criminal in this country. I am not a lawyer, but sitting from behind and watching, I want to commend everybody who have made positive strides in this business of this LGBTQ and all that. And my younger brother, Nate George, the spear, and Honorable Ntim Fodjo, and all those who publicly have been speaking against this ungodly acts. I give them thumbs up. I give them thumbs up for what they have done. So please, nobody should sit down and say that President Akufo-Addo is in support of gay rights. Not at all. Because he has stated clearly, when the former president, may he so rest in peace, Professor Min spoke, it was clear. President Akufo-Addo has spoken in the Anglican Church, in Mampo Ashanti. It's clear. International diplomacy, sometimes the way they communicate is quite different. His Excellency the President has been a foreign minister before. He understands international diplomacy. Some were expecting him to exert himself to say, hey, we won't do this. No. And he said, look, you look at the human rights angle and the general feeling of the Ghanaian people. And for me, that is profound. And what is the feeling of the people? The feeling of the people is the fact that it's against our tradition, it's against our religious beliefs, both Islam, Christian, and traditional religion. So clearly, for me, the president has made it clear. Nobody should come and dictate to us as to how we want to handle this this anti-gay legislation. And I saw on social media yesterday between Lawyer Fo Amweni and one Professor Tichu Menu, and in fact, Lawyer Fo Amweni made another profound statement. Afi, he said, Madam, the way you spoke, I want to know where you are coming from. He is from Cape Coast and Central Region, but he wants this debate to be made in where this professor is coming from, right in the center of where she comes from, so that they throw it back to the people. Whether this human rights matter that they are talking about is the right way to go. So seriously, okay. I think that let us tread cautiously, allow the right forum, that is the parliament, to look at this matter. And listen to Nate George. When I heard him, one of the interviews, the article is less than 20. Maybe Arega can help us. Within few hours, they can look at it and deal with this matter. And let's settle it. Okay. And my conviction tells me, immediately the act is before the president, he will assent to it.